Hi, everyone. Looking for insight on a situation with my husband. His passion has always been cooking, and he was a professional chef in a Michelin-starred restaurant for many, many years until he quit when we had our youngest daughter, due to the unhealthy environment and too many work hours. He began working in a field he dislikes but can offer more free time and isn't too stressful. Pay isn't wonderful, and with my salary, we're hardly making ends meet. So, he thought about opening his own business as a private chef, providing both private dinners/events and cooking classes. I agreed with the decision because we live in a really touristy area where those things are heavily requested, but there's not much offer because the majority of people choose to invest in restaurants/ARMs instead. Plus, not many people speak proper English here. I'm an interpreter, so I told him we could work together. He opened the business, bought all the equipment necessary, and I helped him set his social media up, made his business cards, and started networking with him, sending out emails to hotels, tourism agencies, you name it. No response at all from anybody, at least yet. A few days ago, I got let go from my job. This absolutely broke me to pieces, but he comforted me, saying it's going to be all right, and we still have this freelance thing, and I'm going to work with him. I still wanted to job hunt, so I went and did it, and I came in contact with a local agency who basically deals with 95% of tourists coming here. They told me they have an entire place set up for cooking classes, and the demand is astronomical, but they haven't had any luck finding a chef to provide them. I jumped to tell them about my husband's business, and they were super impressed and interested. They told me they charge €105 per person for the local typical cuisine class, which is the most requested, so our profit would be €50 pp for a 2.5-hour class. No transport needed because it's like 10 walkable minutes from our house, no need to be client hunting because they'd arrange that for us, and also a massive publicity campaign since they're tied to the city council. I was thrilled to tell my husband, but he had lots of skepticism. He said the hourly rate is too low. Then he said we'd need to buy things like flour, etc. ourselves. Then he said he'd like for the private dining part of the business to take off more, because he finds our local cuisine to be boring, and he'd like to perform his cooking more upscale and fun. He said we'd be at a loss, and he doesn't want to partner with the agency. I can't help but be really annoyed at this. First, the cost of flour, etc. isn't that much since with his business, we'd have the business discount in local places. Second, I think for a business to launch, you need some kind of push, and maybe sacrificing a bit on the rate could pay off with the publicity and endorsement from the city's council. Third, I am so over about his looking down on local cuisine. Like, I understand it isn't as fun as making elaborate food with fancy ingredients, but this is a business, and the hypothetical clients are literally demanding to know this food they don't know about before asking for the gourmet cool thing. Ultimately, his first job's contract ends in January, and it's not guaranteed they're going to renew it. He said his end goal is to leave this job and be a private chef full-time, but I think he doesn't understand that other places would ask him either some sort of rent or a portion of the profit, too. I know this because my mom used to do this too, while a salaried chef and hotel here. Maybe I'm in the wrong, but I'm disheartened with his feet stomping over this. I admit I don't know much about the financial aspect, although I know keeping the business itself going doesn't have any costs if not for the business advisor, who's my dad's best friend and basically asked him 20% of what he normally asks for. Do I insist or let it go?